Hello everybody. Well, today we're going to talk a little bit about the first fruit and first fruit offering that's coming up in the life of the church. So Ben, just tell us briefly, what is first fruit?
Great question, Steve. Well, simply put, first fruits is giving God the first and the best of our wealth, our income. So when we talk about first fruits over the coming sort of 5 weeks or so, the thing people need to have in their mind is first and best. What is the first of it? And the reason why we do that is because we are giving the first and the best to God, recognizing that He is the source of that wealth in the first place. It's not just a biblical thing, which we'll talk about in a minute. It's not just a church rhythm, so we do this every year in the life of the church at the start of the year. But it comes from a personal belief system, a personal value that we say, instead of, spending this money on this and that, we're giving it back to God and saying, God, we honor you for the provision that we have received. So simply put, first fruits is giving the first and the best to God. And that's all the way through the Bible, right? So
Absolutely.
Tell us about a scripture that comes to mind when you think about first
A few come to mind, but probably one of the most well-known would be Proverbs 3 verse 9, where it says, honor the Lord with your wealth and with the first fruits of all your crops, and then your barns will be filled to overflowing and your vats will brim over with new wine. Now that was given to God's people in the Old Testament era, which was more of an agricultural context. And they literally took their produce to the temple, gave it to the priest, and they lived off it. We live in the New Covenant era, where the church is the house of God, the spiritual house of God. So we bring our first fruit into the local church that we feed from for the support of the ministry and its mission. So honouring the Lord with your first fruit is about bringing some of your first, some of your best into the local church that you call your spiritual home.
That's right. Very good. Very well put. And I think over the next few weeks, we're going to be looking at different topics and issues within that, helping people round off their understanding and prepare for that first fruits offering that's going to come in February.
Yeah. So does that offering replace regular giving?
So we see them very distinctly different. So we have our normal tithes. So me and my family, we give our monthly tithe, our 10%, bring that back to God. We have our offerings, which is our seed money that we just give to anyone who we feel led by the Spirit to give, not just in the church. First Fruits is very different. It's very special in the life of our church community. And Dave Belfield, our founding leader, is going to speak a little bit about that journey in a couple of weeks. But I love this little quote that I got from someone, a father in our church community. Says this: for me, having first fruits being part of our yearly rhythm for many years now, it's a time where we as a family, him, his wife and his children, they really look forward to. We gather together, talking and reflecting on the goodness of God, how He has faithfully been our provider. So when it comes to first fruits, it's a very special one-off offering above tithes and offerings that family units and friends can come and say, how do I need to give my first and my best to God at the start of this year as I look forward? It's a beautiful time in our church community. And I think that sums it up pretty well.
Fabulous. So now's the time to start thinking then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Planning towards February the 6th when we're taking our first fruit offering for 2022.